Hi, I'm Reuben Saltzman with Structure Tech Home Inspections, and today I'm going to share with you my book summaries. Yep, this has nothing to do with home inspections, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. So let me give you the background here. For quite some time now, I've been focused on trying to figure out what I can do to build my business at Structure Tech. And something I've learned along the way is that my business is never going to get bigger than me. I am the limit to the size of my business. Whatever I decide it's going to be, whatever I decide I'm capable of, whatever my leadership ability is, that is going to be the ceiling at Structure Tech. So if I want to grow this business, I first need to grow myself. It's never going to outgrow me. So how do I grow myself? How do I get better? I've been working on a lot of different things to improve myself for quite a few years now. A big part of this is being around people who are smarter and more successful than me and listening to them and trying to learn from them. I've done this by listening to my pastor. I have joined groups with other business owners. I've joined another group for home inspectors called Inspector Empire Builder. And probably the biggest thing I've done is changing my inputs, the stuff that I'm taking in on a daily basis, and being much more focused and intentional about it. I used to listen to a ton of podcasts, and don't get me wrong, I got nothing against podcasts. Please subscribe to mine. But I used to spend a ton of time listening to them, and I have taken that time and I have replaced it with listening to audiobooks. I feel that books are much more condensed sources of information. They're not quite as much easy and enjoyable listening, but if I'm trying to move the needle, I feel like books are more productive hour for hour. It's a better use of my time. So I've spent a ton of time listening to these audiobooks. And then when I think about what it is that I can do to move the needle with the rest of my team, because after personal growth, I think that's the next most important thing. If I want to be successful, if I want my business to be successful, is I need to grow the people on my team. And something I realized, or maybe I was taught, I should say, is that I need to help grow them. And one of the best things that I can do is sharing what I've learned. When I read a good book, share it with the rest of the team. When I learn good lessons, share it with the rest of the team. That's a lot of what being a good leader is about. At least that's what I've been told. That's what I've learned. So I do what I can to share with the rest of my team stuff that I've learned. And I would frequently use time during company meetings to share nuggets, share information on books, share kind of handcrafted summaries of books. I might spend 5 to 10 minutes during a company meeting sharing with my team what I've learned, or sharing with in smaller meetings with my leadership team something that I've learned in an audiobook, or a regular book if the audiobook isn't available. Don't get me wrong, I'll do regular books sometimes, just when the audiobook isn't available. So I would share a lot of this with my team, but one day it kind of dawned on me that this is not the best use of meeting time. For a meeting, that should be conversational. It should go back and forth. It should be me having discussions with other people on the team and them having discussions with me. And if it's simply one-way teaching, I could just as easily accomplish this by recording a book summary. I could just talk to my camera and send everybody out that link. So beginning in December of 2020, I started doing that. Every time I'd read a book, I would take notes on it the whole time. One of my business coaches encouraged me to do that. He said at the end of every chapter, I encourage you, take notes, jot down what you've learned so you're not just powering through these books and not letting it sink in. So I started doing that in December of 2020. I would record book summaries for the people on my team. Originally, it was just the leadership team at Structure Tech, just a small group of people, and I would share this with them. It'd be kind of an intimate thing, and it would be very conversational. I think I used people's names in these book summaries, but then at some point I started making them available to everybody on the team at Structure Tech. I don't know when that was, maybe January. Maybe it was a month or two into doing this. And there was a book or two that I did where I just thought, you know, this is such a good summary. No, I take that back. I'm not saying it was a good summary. It was a good book. And I enjoyed sharing what I learned with the rest of my team. And I thought, this was such a good book that I need the rest of the world to know about this book. I need more people to hear about this. So I think there's been two of them now where I shared them on my public Facebook page, just my personal profile. And one of my business coaches came across this and he said, you know, this is great. I'm glad you're doing these. And I was like, oh, you don't even know. This is just two of them. Those are the ones that I thought the world should see, but I've been doing a ton since December. My goal for 2021 is to do 40 book summaries. So far, I think I'm up to 33, and we're at the beginning of June now, so I'm set to smash my goal of 40 book summaries this year. But he said, Reuben, you should just share all of them. I'm challenging you. Share all of them, make it public. And I went, oh, that's pretty scary. These are intended for my team. They're not intended for the public. And he's like, who cares? Who cares what people think? Okay, all right. Enough nonsense. Let me get to the point. Point is, I'm sharing my book summaries. All this video to tell you why I'm doing this and what these book summaries are all about. These are not scripted. These are loosely recorded. Some of them might be as short as 4 minutes. Some of them might be as long as maybe a half hour. Sometimes I chose the wrong microphone to use to record it and the audio sounds terrible. Sometimes I'm sitting in my car talking to my cell phone. They're not heavily produced. It's me talking to the camera, just sharing with my team what I've learned. So that's what they're all about. I don't have any ads on any of these videos on my YouTube channel because it's really just intended for my team, but you are welcome to subscribe. You'll want to click the link. They're all unlisted, so you can use this link here. This is my blog post where I'm announcing this. I'm probably going to, I'm sharing all the ones that I've done so far, and there will be a link you can click on if you'd like to subscribe, and that's about it. I'm not going to be bringing this up on a regular basis. I will probably do a follow-up blog post and a follow-up video maybe in a year or so, just to kind of share how it's going and get you up to date on the summaries that I've done over the last year. Or who knows, maybe it'll fall off after a few more months. But right now, I'm enjoying doing these, and I'm glad to be able to share it with you. So, that's it. Thanks for watching.